Alright, don't mind me. I'm like 17 minutes behind what I should be doing here. But also, thank you, Owen, for 12 months with Prime there, bub. Don't worry, I will get my avatar here soon. Share my screen. Oh, screen mirroring. Enter the passkey of bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, there's part of it. Now let's go back this way. And we go back this way. We go here, and we go here, and we go here, and then we go here, and then we go here. I am so far behind what I should be doing right now. I'm just like, I haven't even celebrated the holidays yet, and I got that post-holiday bleh. Oh, I haven't even added. So let's do window capture for reality. And then I go into reality and I hit the properties and I tell it to do this Let's Cast. And of course everything is wrong. Whoops, nope. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm having a day. All day I've had you put the lime in the coconut, you drink it all up. You put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. Stuck in my goddamn head. Yeah. So, that's great. Oh, so today, as I float in this void, because I can't be arsed to find the picture that I normally have. Oh no, my avatar broke already, Jesus Christ. Oh God. Things are breaking already. God damn it. Okay. Put the lime in the coconut, you drink it all up. You put the lime in the coconut, you drink it all up. Put the lime in the coconut, you drink it all up. I have no idea what I'm doing. So what Will be doing, if I can ever, I don't know, get this friggin' fixed, is a short. So some analog horror. There we go. Put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. Put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. Okay. Okay. You can see how I have to get shit to go into the background here. Okay. Do some analog horror of a creator called Vintage8. Let me get over to... They have less than 50,000 subscribers. And I think that's not great. They should have more, because they're actually really good at what they do. They make a bunch of analog horror shorts on a low budget. And I'm not going to go over the newest stuff right now. There we go, I'm back. I'm not going to go over the newest stuff right now, because what is a live stream without technical problems? You have no idea. You're really live streaming if you're not doing tech support at the exact same time. So we're going to go do a little bit of Vintage8 here. Now, it's not gory, but it's definitely like cerebral. And that's my kind of horror. It's the kind I can deal with. So let's go to the media watch. There it is. So this is a series called Boyle Advisory. And it's actually part of, like, so at first, he would do this series like Boyle Advisory, and then he would go through and start doing other horror stuff. But it turns out that his fans, and I do believe it is a he, from the presentation that they've given, I don't wish to assume, preferred stuff in the same universe. So then they went back to it, but it all started here. And let's start with this. Blub blub blubs. Oh, you know what? Trigger warning. Let me change this just slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. There we go. So there's spaces between things. Yay, spaces. I have, you can't see it. I'm holding it up like you can see it. I don't know why I'm holding it up like you can see it, because you can't. But I have my notepad again, so we can write things down. And yes, Rory, what is live streaming is not things breaking, persevering. Honestly, at this point, I don't make any money from streaming. I stream out of spite, just to make sure that, you know, my stuff do. And I have a slightly different mic set up because I'm using a different laptop to be able to get this, so if it sounds a little weird, I'm going to blame that for the fact that I was sick recently. So, let's watch Boyle Advisory, Part 1. And remember, I will be pausing and stuff all the time. Alright, so we have a setup of old tapes being categorized. $1990, there's a year. Also explains the square format. Well, you know, Christmas music. Don't call that number. Don't call it. Or that one. I would like to announce the birth of a food baby. I had tacos for dinner. So in 6 to 8 hours, I will have a spicy food baby. That's all I wanted you to know. Oh, why is this not working now? It was working last time. Turn that down a little bit.
They have sold you out.
I mean, that's kind of common knowledge at this point. All right, so that's video 1 already is quite ominous. Just to have that kind of show up in the middle and just be like, oh, your government has sold you out. I mean, first of all, yes. But second of all, for that to just appear during the Christmas holidays is quite strange. I don't like it. No, sir. I mean, I like the series, but I don't like the messaging. So let's do this. So that was video 1, just short, sweet, but it's a very good. I think that's a very good setup for a series. It lets you know that immediately you're in some shit. An ill-timed Boyle Advisory appeared during a pre-recorded newscast. I wish my avatar would stop fucking winking at everybody, because it's not winking! Yeah, that's right, me. I'm watching. Me. Shut up, I'm not a narcissist. Your attention, Pahoa Parish government. Okay, okay. Red blinking? Red blinking. Blinky red. I don't like it.
By working with the property owner.
It's almost like it's like immediately red flag, red flag, flag, flag red, red, red flag, flag, flag red, 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 no good red.
And other concerned groups throughout the parish, we have made great strides in cleaning the river such as this. The Nitaubani River is a big concern of ours. By having the landfill nearby, it does create a possible...
Who puts a landfill right by a river? Seriously, who puts a landfill right by a river? Like, that is just asking for trouble. You couldn't ask, and there isn't many ways you could ask harder for trouble other than immediately just dumping your trash into a river. What, how, why?
Image of polluting that river, but I can assure you, we at the landfill are making every effort that we possibly can to see that the landfill does not pollute any river, any stream, any body of water throughout this parish. And I am...
And there it is. There's them, but there's them thing doing stuff. That is okay. It's ill-timed for the people putting out the documentary about the landfill, but hilariously timed for the people doing the boil advisory. I mean, you say that, but these days would put it past corporations if it saved them money? Yes. Children of the Atom would totally do that. Yes, but this is not Fallout. This is not Fallout, and they wouldn't. A lot of the groups for Children of the Atom would they wouldn't necessarily dump the trash. They would find a spot that's already seriously contaminated and just move in. Which, I mean, that's their choice. They're not. As long as they're not pushing out at anybody or shooting gamma radiation at anybody, that's fine. So, like, if you go to the Glowing Sea, there's them there. They're all by themselves. They're fine. But the other groups, not so much. And you could say, and you're right, it would the money, the corporations with the money saved. But I would have to say, if they were this blatant about it, somebody would bring a lawsuit, and they would just think it's not worth it. I mean, you've seen what happened with like Love Canal and stuff, so it's just not worth it at this point. I like the scan line.
Very, very adamant about the personnel at the landfill. They have orders that if they have any type of activity out there that might be damaging to any stream, that they're to report it to me and the proper authorities immediately.
I like how this guy looks just uncomfortable enough to be on camera to actually look like an official. So he's like, this is somebody who's obviously they're used to being in front of a camera. But they've got he's nailed the awkwardness of some guy who's all of a sudden been put in front of a camera to try to explain things to people, and he kind of doesn't want to be there doing that, but he's doing it, and I love it. That's just some brilliant It gives it a real feel. Stop winking. Oh my god, Avatar, stop winking. Anywho, it gives it just a nice real feel.
We have formed this committee, and the committee is going to be very active to monitor the activities at the landfill and to see that if there is a problem on the Matabele River, that we can address it. And if it is a problem that can be solved or created by the landfill itself, it will be handled and handled properly.
And then that awkward little hang there at the end when he stopped talking, but the camera's still facing him and is like, is that everything you had to say? Again, just some brilliant realism there. All right, so that was tape number 2, and I do have to say that was actually pretty funny. Just right in the middle of, don't worry, everything will be fine. Everything will be clean. Everything will be, boil your water. Boil it. Boil it all. I am a big fan of comedic timing, so. On to the next tape. Number 3. Turn that down again. Also, the music for this was so 90s public access. I fucking love it. It's fucking perfect. Oh, that was it. That was the entire thing. Oh, hey. Didn't expect it to be that short. But I like it a lot so far. They're nailing that, definitely, that feel. So I'm getting this feeling that they're probably in my age range, which is like early 40s, maybe late 40s. Because I have very, very, very vivid memories of just crappy public access local TV. Mostly because cable was kind of just starting to be a thing. And we were poor, so all we had was whatever we could get on our rabbit ear antennae. All right, so we are in number 4. Environmental disaster, that's... Everything will be fine.
The new health unit on Club Deluxe Road between Hammond and Ponchatoula, just one hallmark of growth and steady improvement here in Tangipahoa, especially in parish government. With me is Parish President Gordon Burgess. And Gordon, here at the health unit, we can certainly see evidence of a parish government on the grow and on the move.
Yeah.
Wow. So I don't know if you take a look at the cars back there, even they all look super like old. Like none of them, they're all boxy, like the 90s cars all were. They're not smooth and aerodynamic. I don't know how he did that, because this was definitely not filmed in the 90s. So I don't know how, but good on him. I wonder if he just digitally replaced them.
Yes, Ken, we can. We have this new unit here on Club Deluxe Road, and then we also have the new unit in A-Meat that's on Highway 16 west of town, and we're very proud to have the 2 health units in the parish to accommodate the need.
This does not the bueno. The bueno is no. Itchy throat, skin rash, irritated eyes, vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, or irritability. That's pretty serious. And if they're having to put this out, that means more than a couple people have this.
Needs of the people,
That means something's making somebody sick.
whatever the service that we can render to the people, we feel like that we have the facilities now that will satisfy those needs.
Well, stay with us, everybody, because in addition to this facility here, we'll show you other hallmarks in Tangipahoa.
Tangipahoa. Oh, but Tangipahoa. Rope-a-dope. The fact that they have to put out, if you have these symptoms of being super duper sick, like deathly sick, but you should come see it. No, they're doing something. Let's go on to number 5. A strange 15-second spot. I did hit play. It's just... Drinking water saves lives. Wow, they even use the same music. That was weird. Just to get a thing from your government saying, oh, that boil advisory that we didn't tell you anything about before, we were just like, boil your water. Well, guess what? We're not going to tell you anything about it. We're just going to lift it. If that's just, that's super weird. That's super weird. A super weirdo. Wow. Okay. Don't ask. I don't know. Oh, winter storm watch I'm getting. Yay. Hooray, actual real-life weather. Over the next 3 months, the parish government employed a aggressive pro-drinking water campaign. Okay, now I like to know this. Why are they so pushing water? What have they done to the water? Also, this doesn't help us gamer people who don't get enough water as it is. They're just like, oh, do this, drink this water. But this is sketch. This is sketch as fuck. This is making it seem like Mountain Dew is a safer alternative to the water. I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
And terror has come to America.
Terror has come to America as the first fucking line of this. What? I prefer Mountain Dew to water, even for baths. It leaves you a little sticky, though. Believe you a little sticky. Speaking of water alternatives, I finally bit the bullet. So for a while, I've been trying to get in with G Fuel, because they have this thing where like you do reviews on TikTok and they give you money, but like it's only like for every 100 views, and you get like $1 for 100 views, so it's like 10 cents every 10 views, whatever. So, but it's not a lot. It'd just be a couple of bucks, and I'd be spending it back on G Fuel anyways. Well, apparently, if they think you're too tiny, they just don't get back to you. So that's a flop. So I finally bit the bullet, and I bought some gamer subs who apparently have a much better communication with smaller creators, like to the point where they're like, well, we'll basically give anyone a creator code just because we want people to buy our stuff. It's just you're not going to have the best deal if you're tiny. If you're larger, we'll renegotiate you a new deal. And I'm like, I mean, that's cool. Because shit, I'd use my own code to buy stuff. So that'll be coming soon. I finally bought my own cup from them too, because every group has their own fucking cup. The ones from G Fuel are 16, the one from Gamer Subs are 24 ounces. So that'll be coming. Rather, appropriately themed Heaven or Hell Cup coming. Oh, a demon, get it? Okay, back to the good shit.
In anywhere USA, whether rural or urban, will be forever changed.
Be forever changed.
The aftermath of such devastation will see a shift, a return in focus to the small town roots of morality. A morality that has remained
What the fuck?
and intact beneath the
What?
camouflage of everyday citizens hustling.
What are they going on about?
Fragile gift that is delivered to us in pieces, in small moments.
What are you talking about?
Meaning as we cherish and blend the
Cherish these nuts, bitch.
even the seemingly insignificant pieces into a full universal whole.
What are you talking? What? Drink. Drink. Just drink. Drink. That was a bad subliminal ad. Just drink. I need a better VTuber, one that can track my hands. Don't call that number. It's probably somebody's real number, but it's not meant to be. Drink your water. Wow, they're holding on that for what? Oh. Welcome to the ballet.
Biohazard warning.
Oh my.
Substance detected in the water.
Really?
Drink the water.
Okay.
Bathe in the water.
Oh, what?
Give
Well, hey, do not bathe in the water. There you go, Rory. Your Mountain Dew idea was better than I thought.
is not enough. Water could be highly toxic. Something unnatural is in the water. The sick
Are no longer human. Neither am I, to be fair.
drink the water.
Don't drink the water. Don't drink the water. Panic followed the broadcast. Panicula. It's panicular. Panic, 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 panic. See, now this is stuff that, like, I don't think I've even ever seen this, like, up here when we've had problems. Like, who's got the water and who doesn't got the water. It's a really good idea, though. Say, who's got the water? I've got the water. Oh, the water. I've got the water. Okay. Oh, Cyber Witch started a stream. Yay! Winn-Dixie and Walmart are out of water. Don't take water from. Don't take it from the health unit. Don't take it from the health unit. Oh. Tiger! Wow, these tapes are just zipping on by. I don't know why I had a musical rendition there for the bathwater, or for drinking the water. But yeah, shit's happening. Within days of beginning of warning the parish, officials began to work around the clock at the landfill. Okay, what are they covering up at the landfill? What are they doing there? Like, first they're like, oh, don't worry, it's not going to contaminate the water, and then people start getting sick, and now they're just hauling ass at this landfill. Please said how. What they were doing was never disclosed to the public, because why would you do that? Drinking truck. And I'm not making it this blurry, it is this blurry. Like, I don't even see trash there. Like, tell me if you guys, I didn't see any trash at that landfill. So they're calling it a landfill, which we generally associate with some kind of trash. But I'm not seeing any. Like, at all. I don't... What are they using the landfill for, if not for trash? I mean, and why are they all of a sudden just hauling ass and working on it all manner of time? And what is that little house? Go back to the parade. I like the music at the parade. Yeah, I'll say, okay, I'm going to pause it here again. The musical sound design is pretty awesome. It definitely gives you the right wonky feel. Like, so this music is obviously not from the 80s or the 90s, but it's giving you the right feel of what the fuckery, which I would argue is a little more important than getting it on spot on for this. So just a matter of the what the fuckery. See, look, there's normally you would see some kind of trash or something. I'm not. I'm seeing like a schmutz in the dirt, and it looks like snow. What are they covering up? I ask. In fact, what are they covering up? I mean, to be fair, I'm a VTuber, so I'm technically covering up my face, but that's only because I don't want to put makeup on it all the time, because I get psoriasis, and then I'll just agitate it, and it's just easier. Also, I don't want to constantly paint myself purple, because then I can't touch anything, but I want to be purple. Could you blame me, though? I mean, between being purple or human, purple's a lot prettier, I think. Alright, so the following video played for 1 week, and I may have to turn the volume down a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to turn the volume down. Down to 4. Leaves do not stop for law enforcement until you're outside the parish, so that they're saying law enforcement is in on it. So what the fucka is going on? Till it abruptly stops. When things stop abruptly, that means somebody took over. Somebody took it over. Somebody took it over. Somebody took it over. And now they're telling you to drink the water again. That means somebody took over. That means we're all gonna die. Think it was a joke? It might have been a joke, but it caused some panic. That is not a good prank. That's a bad prank. Prank in bed. I'm not sure how long it's been. Oh, hey. Attention, how a government telling you to fuck right off there, buddy. So this one, you notice it has a different name here than Boyle Advisory, which is, you know, everything going on here. But that's just the connected universe. You can't see the hand motion I'm doing when I do that. When I say connected universe. How about you connect these nuts? I had to get a these nuts joke in there somewhere. So this is, I think, now look, if you look at this one's quite long, so probably going to be stopping quite frequently on this one. But it's, I will say, I have watched all of these before, just to make sure that they're broadcast safe. Also to film some, fuck, what the fuck, to get some ideas going first. Yeah, my roommate just went, what the fuck, like one of those little cockatoos with the mohawk, and what the fuck. If those birds didn't live for fucking ever, I would totally get one. I don't want to have to put it into my will though. So if anybody I know has a cockatoo and wants to let me go over and teach you how to go, what the fuck, I would be immensely happy. Or an African gray. Again, another long-lived bird. Actually, I want a crow. But again, you can't do... Oh, my avatar broke. Nobody told me my avatar broke. Fuck me. Stacy, she's being a smartass. She doesn't feel good. She's being a smartass. She's about to get my foot up her ass. Most action she's gotten in weeks. Up.
I would say it's not my fault I got the plague, but I tested negative.
It's a different plague. She made me sick. Properties, let's go to be fast. Okay. And then I switch screen, you get to see behind the scenes of how I do this. Which I say every time it breaks. As the program I use, and then you go push here. And then I push here. And then I wait because it takes a minute to load my avatar because apparently my avatar is complicated. I don't understand why. Yeah, they have rooms now that I could use, but I don't want to. I just want the green background so I can get rid of the green background. See? No background. No background. The background is none because I have green screened it the fuck out. Okay, fine. We're back. Jesus Christ. Okay. In the late 90s, an unnamed storm settled over Louisiana. I don't know why that accent came out, but it did. Great visual here. Flash floods occurred without warning. Most of the population was trapped when the Tangipahoa River overflowed. Everyone was devastated, but the town of Kate's Crossing was perhaps hit the hardest. Keep that in mind, Kate's Crossing. The fire department sent volunteers to evacuate its citizens. How about you evacuate these nuts? Despite their best efforts, the profits of over 200 people. I mean, how big is this town if 200 people went missing and they kind of like just... That is a sinkhole. How bad was it that they don't talk about it? Seriously. How bad is it that they don't talk about it? Half expecting a fish to go by.
5 minutes, give or take.
Copy that. Holler back when you get on scene.
Roger that. Over and out. Molly, come in.
Go ahead.
I'm at the old church, and there's nobody here.
You at the Old Baptist?
Looking right at it, and it's empty.
Somebody must have beat you to it. Look, we got an elderly couple southbound. Can you do it?
10-4, I'm on it.
That's unusual. I mean, you've only got a limited number of volunteers to get people evacuated. And if people are at a church, I'm assuming it's more than like 2. Like, so there's several people that need to be evacuated. And if they need to be evacuated, that's usually you need a larger vehicle, not just like a little fishing boat, like a little paddle boat. So that's wonky. And before anybody says, look, you can see the road lines through that water, yet you still don't know how deep that water is. It could just be really clean water. They were saying the Tangipahoa River is really clean. And that water is moving fast, meaning it could take your feet out from under you like there's no tomorrow. So, yeah. Don't go in the water, folks. Upside down. What?
Hey Molly, the elderly couple is MIA. Can you call HQ and see if someone's making these rescues?
10-4, I'll put the word out.
Again, that's weird that too many people are like all of a sudden not there.
Hey Molly, I'm at the Collinswood subdivision. Where are they?
All the way.
Our water's moving at a clip.
10-4. Molly, I'm at the back of the Collinswood. No one's here. There's no way someone else evacuated 30 people. Have you heard anything from HQ?
30 people? 30 people. There's no way. I mean, unless it's like a fucking platoon of frickin' boats here. But that's not even 30 people. Also, I want to say, wherever this footage is from, it's beautiful. I mean, I hope that everyone was safe, but this footage is wonderfully used here.
That's a negative.
Try again.
The fuck was that?
What the hell was that?
I just said that.
Alright, trying to get some caffeine.
No,
Except slightly more French.
Wouldn't worry about it. Probably just an animal. The other guy said they've been hearing all sorts of stuff.
Look, I'm gonna start making my way back to you, okay?
10-4.
So now I can't see the road anymore, so that water's getting deeper. That water's getting deeper, and you don't want to be blurping around and all that muck. There's sewer water in there, too. It's poo-poo water. I mean, if it weren't a big flood event, it would be a nice, friendly jaunt.
Gary, come in. How close are you to North Street?
About a block away.
We have a Jane Doe in need of medical. She has lacerations on her right arm. Says she was attacked by a monster in the middle of evacuation.
Oh,
What? A monster? Okay, so there's something definitely... Maybe that's what they were covering up in the landfill, making it a nice little nest for a monster.
I don't know. Probably wasn't snake or gator. Hold on. Gary, I'm gonna
The fuck?
let you go. Some kind of emergency in the front office.
nothing like a flood to bring out the best in people.
That's not good.
Molly, again, there's no one here, but something doesn't seem right.
And now there's no Molly. That's, weird.
Molly, come in, please.
That's,
Jesus Christ. Nice. That sounds close.
That is close. Oh, I'm sorry. My tum-tum wants more tacos. What? Sounded like a... Now you're running through the floodwater. That's, It's not gonna end well. That, in fact, did not end well. Kind of Garrett Davis was never found. During the cleanup, rumors of monsters in the water circulated through the community. Monster, you think? Jesus. You think there was water? Is this water in the monsters? Fuck. You think there was monsters in the water? Stacy, shut the fuck up. Let me fuck this up on my own, please. Thank you.
I'm so good at it.
The doggo has come over to tell me that it's okay that I fucked it up. Right, Ember? Right. Water and the monsters. Squish it, the rumor. Squish it good. See, now you would expect a boil advisory.
We were able to enact some Pure Waters Act ordinances that help clean up some of the waste, the household waste that was going into our river. And I guess we probably have the cleanest river, the Tangipahoa Parish. The Tangipahoa River is the cleanest river in the state. But
it's the cleanest river in the state, even though there's a landfill right on the river. I should start a bingo for every time we call bullshit.
Yet, we are the only state that's still labeled as being polluted, and you can't swim or fish or tube in it.
And immediately they lift the boil advisory, even though they just had a flood. Just. I call so much bullshit. Let me moisten up the lips. Chapstick. I will say too. Pause that. So what you saw there, boil advisory, the entire movie. He does put all of these out in one big long movie, so you don't have to keep in between. But I like giving him the views because he's very talented. And he deserves more views to be able to keep putting on this greatly connected world. Like right now he's doing one called Itch, which has a almost every video has a tryptophobia warning. So if you're tryptophobic, he does have some that are tryptophobia safe, like the image is blurred, but other ones are not. So if holes bother you, lots of holes, go for the tryptophobia safe ones. So, I mean, technically that was kind of the end, but kind of not. As you see, it's 12 of 23. We're on the halfway. We got the halfway. Halfway there. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on your breath. Okay. Here's where the real horror begins. Come visit Tangipahoa.
Visit the best kept secret in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Parish. Business is booming. Restaurants have reopened. Miles
Fishes.
of ways are ready for you to enjoy. Parish. Since the Great Flood, we have rebuilt our community into the perfect place to raise your family. So come and visit your friends in Tangipahoa Parish. You might even find you'll never want to leave. But if
You'll never want to leave.
We'd be happy to send a piece of our community home with you.
No, don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it.
We're proud to announce Tangi Water will be available
God damn it.
at supermarket in America. And who knows, maybe soon, people all over the world might get a chance to enjoy a cool, refreshing taste of Tangy water. Tangy water, it'll change you.
What the fuck is in the water? What is in the water that it will change you? What is it? It's not the vitamins and minerals, I'll tell you that much. We were conquered without a fight, and then it wingdinged.
Tape 1. Unidentified disease. Researcher, Dr. Julia Williams. Station.
Okay.
Unit. Date, the 8th of August, 1988. Report. Several cases of an unidentified infection have been reported in several parish residents. Patients were reported to have been swimming in the Tickfaw River prior to symptoms.
Aha! Remember, so the Tickfaw River was the river that was at the beginning that the guy was saying was super duper clean, even though it was right next to a landfill. I'd never drink water that said it'll change me. That isn't even subtle. No, it's not. It's not subtle at all. It is very much not subtle. And now that we're getting into this virus here, I'm wondering if this virus has something to do with it.
Additional notes. Blood samples have been ordered from each patient. Water samples were taken from 3 key.
Good, good. They had the same idea.
Sample 1, outside Lake Pontchartrain.
Lake Pontchartrain. Results? Results? No results. Not yet, anyways.
Sample 2, near Kate's Crossing.
Aha, again, Kate's Crossing. I am sensing a theme or of a location. The crossing of the Kate. That's a fish.
Sample 3, North Parish.
I'll north you right in the parish. These are pretty shots of the waterways, though.
Are expected in 7 to 8 business days. A follow-up to
God damn it!
shortly after.
Why 7 to 8 business days? But I want it now.
Inconclusive. Researcher, Dr.
Inconclusive, that's bullshit.
Crossing Health Unit. Date, the 18th of August,
1988. Oh, so this is before the boil water stuff.
Were discovered. Neither should have produced the symptoms found in patients. Blood work yielded negative results. Common patterns consistent with symptoms were not present.
Okay.
Additional notes. Many of the patient's symptoms have improved. Several, however, have worsened by developing meningitis.
Meningitis? Meningitis, that is swelling of the brain. That is serious. That's pretty serious for meningitis. That's swelling of the brain. That is a very adverse reaction to something. That is the body going, we have no final defense. We are fucking this fuck it all. That, wow. Meningitis. I mean, they said that water gonna change you.
Patients have been admitted, all with initial symptoms of itchy throat, skin rash, irritated eyes.
Aha, okay. These symptoms, these are the same symptoms that they were saying people should come to the Kate's Crossing Health Unit if they have previously. This is what people get after swimming in the water, so it's definitely something in the water. And it'll change you. Hang on, I gotta do something. Hang on. Let's go. You can't see what I'm doing, you'll see in a second. But, it'll change you. Okay, we go back, there we go. Zoo. Okay, back to the video.
Nausea and diarrhea. I suspect we're dealing with something viral.
Virus.
Patient 1, infant, condition.
Oh, baby. I mean, asymptomatic is okay.
Adult, condition, deceased.
Meningitis, brain swelling. They tried to save him, no.
Child, condition, stable.
Stable.
Patient 4, adult, condition, stable, lost child.
Oh, she was pregnant. So I do know that one of the reasons why they tell pregnant women they really have to take care of themselves is if their body decides that they're sick enough, it'll attack anything and everything it sees as foreign in the body. And that could even be the baby. I don't think this is that. I think the virus. I think the virus ate the baby.
Autopsy results. Patient 2, tumor found near spine. More tests need to be
Tumor?
surviving patients.
Viruses don't give tumors. That means this is not a virus.
Tape 3, unknown pathogen identified. Researcher, Dr. Julia Williams. Station,
Identified.
Unit. Date, the 5th of November, 1988. Report, I believe to have discovered a new pathogen in the waterways near Kate's Crossing. It was also found in the bloodwork of our patients.
Okay.
Nicknaming the disease, the tangivirus.
Tangivirus, Tangi water. I see a connection here.
Report continued. The parish government has been notified. Blood samples, water samples, and biopsies have been sent to the CDC.
Good. Nip this in the bud. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. What are you doing? You're not even wearing gloves. You fucking idiot. Where are your gloves? You shouldn't be handling anything like that without gloves. PPE, kids, PPE. Nom, nom. Nom, 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 nom. It's just nomming away, getting right in there.
Biopsy results. The tumor yielded a strange and frightening discovery. They were filled with aggressive worm-like organisms.
That's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. That's like an egg sac. It's making babies.
As impossible as this may seem, but it appears the organisms are being birthed from the virus. Almost like they are being
I just said that. Uncurl and curl. These are great slideshows, by the way. Some great visuals here. These visuals are, I want to say the visuals are great because they're not explicit and they're not like gory or anything, but they get the point across in a creepy way. And I like it. This is the kind of horror that I like. I don't like the big, like, oh god, it's all blood and guts and gore, no, no, no. So, like, the FNAF movie had enough gore for me. And it didn't even have much. It was one scene. But that was kind of needed to get the story where they wanted to go with that. So, yeah, these visuals, they're nice, they're creepy. And I think part of what makes it creepy is they linger just a little bit. Just to keep you going to fuck. Alright, that one's lingering a little long, I think.
Results. Further tests are needed.
You think?
Additional thoughts. The idea of discovering a new virus is both terrifying and exciting. I'm just glad we identified the pathogen before it had a chance to spread.
I'm gonna go with you didn't, though, because remember in the 90s we saw those videos. 1990, December. So that's 2 years from this, which is maybe like a little over a year, but it's still it's a hot minute. Yes, it is a hot minute. Yes, it is. Okay.
Tape 4. Cause for concern. Researcher. Dr. Julia Williams. Station. Kate's Crossing Health Unit. Date. The 7th of January, 1989. Report. My supervisor has informed me that the CDC is still processing the samples sent 2 months ago. An official statement should be coming.
Bullshit. Excuse me. Bullshit. Bullshit. Not a fan of jump scares myself. I could deal with gore, but if it's gore for gore's sake, then I find it unnecessary. Psychologically can definitely stick with you long. Yeah, it can. Like, so the original Saw movie, very psychological with a little bit of gore. Or like, spoiler alert, when he saws off his foot. Now, that had a purpose. That wasn't just for the gore factor. That was him attempting to escape. You know, so it had a purpose. So, like, I agree with that. It's not my thing. It's like I would have to, like, no, don't watch the scene. Because I don't do gore very well. But the rest of it, it's all psychological and all. And that's what made that movie so good. And then James Wan stepped away to do his own other stuff. And you notice that's when it just became one-up gore festing. So... But yeah, psychological horror, so I don't know if you've seen the FNAF movie. I did, and it does have some psychological horror. There's a little bit of gore. A little bit, like they had to use a little bit to make sure that you could see that the real world and the dream world were kind of crossing, like, over a little bit. But it wasn't, oh my god, blood and guts everywhere. It was just like, we'll do this thing, and then that thing will appear if it will do this thing in the dream world, and that thing will appear in the real world. You know, so, and then there was, at the end. Never watched Saw movies that might have no interest, no kind of missed this FNAF when it first came out, and then it got complicated. It does get complicated. Honestly, I just watched like the game theory stuff on it. This movie though, so it's got a lot of Easter eggs from the games, but it's based more on the books, but not quite. So like it's its own universe. But it still helps to have a background in kind of knowing like what the games and the books are about. A 5-second spoiler warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bloop. So in the games, the William Afton, he gets trapped in a spring lock suit, and they show how that happens in the movie. But it's not like spurt, spurt, blood, blood. It's just you see the fingers of the traps going into his skin. So, I mean, that's gore, but it's not over the top nasty. And you only see, I think, 2 or 3 of them happen, and there's something like 8, but you see his reaction to the rest of them, which I think makes it worse, because then you're imagining, you've seen what these couple can do. Then you have to imagine each and every other one just going snap, 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 snap. Right? And that's where it can stick with you. That's where you have just a little bit of gore, because obviously you got a hunk of metal crushing your ribcage and entering your skin. There's going to be a little bit of blood, but not a ton. So it just makes it, whoa. Okay, back to what we're actually watching. So this CDC is processing samples 2 months. Nope. I call it a bull. A shit.
Soon. However, he was assured that the pathogen in question was not a serious threat.
Then why wouldn't take them this long?
I have found in my own research.
Yeah.
The virus initially reproduces in a lytic cycle. However, in time, it undergoes a type of metamorphosis.
Her boss is in on it.
From what I can observe, the viral stage seems to be its immature form. Once the worm-like parasites emerge, they immediately seem to gravitate toward the brain and nervous systems. Survivors show negative results for tangivirus. However, I am wondering what might be going on in their head, as the only way to detect the secondary infection may be an autopsy. Maybe in our best interests if I contact the CDC myself.
I think Dr. Julia Williams is correct. I think that there is more going on here, and somebody is just being a twat waffle when it comes to this this warning here. No, I think her boss is in on it and doing stuff. He's behind her back doing stuff.
The CDC hasn't received ours.
Oh boy.
Confront as to why my supervisor claims that another parish confirmed that the pathogen to be
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
samples to the CDC.
It was all the placator.
Confused Giardia with the tangivirus.
Nope. He's in on it.
Tape 5. Tipping Point. Researcher, Dr. Julia Williams. Station, Kate's Crossing Health Unit. Date, the 4th of April, 1989. Report. Despite my repeated warnings, the parish government is promoting its waterways to its citizens and surrounding parishes. Apparently, that's...
Uh-huh. Okay, so it's mud. Money, money, money. Money. Money, money, money. That's all what it's about. It's about money. Riverways are big money, and nobody wants to talk about it. Mm-hmm.
Why the CDC was not alerted. The riverways are big money, and no one in the administration wants a potentially deadly disease scaring the tourists.
No. I saw a couple show that.
I fear this could be ground zero for a major outbreak, and not of Giardia.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come to the Tangipahoa waterways. No, we're not. No. The government's in on it, too.
However, the potential pandemic isn't the most concerning piece of news that I've received. Patient 4 brutally killed her husband with her bare hands.
Jesus! On today's episode of Jesus Christ.
She kidnapped patient 1 after also murdering the child's parents.
It's what? It's a baby!
Patient 3 also violently attacked his parents.
What?
The 3 were last spotted in the waterways near Kate's Crossing.
I think those little wormy worms are doing something to control them.
In addition, several people have been reported to have gone missing on the river. I am convinced it is all connected.
I think Dr. Julie Williams is correct. It is all connected. There's something going on in the water, and that's the reason it's doing the thing. Could you imagine if this was real? How fucked up this would be.
Tape 6. Bad to worse. Researcher.
No! Yay!
Station. Date. The 18th of October, 1989. Report. The summer went exactly as I figured. More sick, most get better quickly, which means no one cares about the possible secondary infection. I can't.
The secondary infection, which is the tumor worms.
And in good conscience allow this to continue. Despite pleading with everyone in my department, no one will listen to my concerns. I'm thankful I live outside of this parish. Now, they are building a landfill near the river. The rumor in the town is they are covering something up.
So this is now starting to line up with the boil advisory. As the boil advisory started taking place about a year from when this video is, but that also started off with them talking about how there's a landfill near the river. I smell the bullshit. The shit is bull, and it's a bull of a shit.
Some say it's a spaceship.
Could be.
But I don't have time for that nonsense. I think it's time I threatened to go to the press.
I don't think it's nonsense.
And I was terminated, effective immediately.
Well, that's crap.
However, when I returned to my office, I found a tape on my desk. There was a note that simply said, Lab 8, come at night. The following was recovered.
Oh.
Case.
This is a night search where they're it's not dredging, but I don't know exactly what it's called, but they're throwing in lines and things to see if they catch anything, to see if there's a body. So they're assuming that this missing person is dead and their body's at the bottom of the river or this waterway. I somewhat wonder how hard it would be to hide stuff like this in modern times when we are a lot more connected to information. Suppose a lot of it would come up as crazy conspiracy theory stuff to most people. I think you're right. But there's also, I think something like this, analog horror, can only take place pre-2000, simply because of diagnostic tools and things like that. So it would be a lot harder to hide just because of diagnostic tools. Like, if this were post 2000 and somebody sent a tumor to the CDC that was growing worms, the CDC would be like, the fuck? So, see if they pull anything up in the river. That's a fish. It's a fish. That's a gator. That's a fish. Looks like a dead. Nope, that's a gator. Bet you somewhere there's a fish. That's a gator. What the blubbery blip blub 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 blibbity blub blub lights are that? They find a guy living in a van down by a river. Okay, Chris Farley. This is not a van down by the river. That's alien lights. That was unexpected.
On this tape, I will return tonight.
Oh, really?
Alien researcher, Dr. Julia Williams, station, Kate's Crossing Health Unit, date, the 18th of October, 1989. Continued.
Hmm.
Report. I was shocked to find my supervisor and his assistant were the ones who left the tape.
Okay, now I'm gonna pause right here because remember her assistant is the one that said that the supervisor is the one that said that he sent stuff to the CDC and they hadn't gotten back and it's gonna be a while and then she finds out that they didn't send nothing. Bitch, don't trust him.
Apparently, they have been trying to figure out who they can trust with the current threat. They believe most of the parish government has been infected.
Yeah, I think that's correct with how they're pushing the water.
Regardless, what they showed me in Lab 8 was disturbing to say the least.
How about they disturb these nuts?
The virus is sentient. It doesn't want to just spread. It wants control.
Ah, I said it might be doing the thing. Oh, and I do know where some of these visuals are roughly coming from. They are experiments from like the 50s on how to keep body parts alive.
From what we can observe, the worms spread through
And they were
the body's nervous system,
not
override the whole
the most ethical.
acts as a second brain.
Like they keep this dog head alive.
Even decapitated, the worms keep the dog's head alive. According to the data he's seen, most will simply succumb to the virus, lose control. A small portion will perish. The remaining will mutate into giant amphibious creatures.
Oh, does that sound familiar? Great Flood, anybody?
Afterwards, we went to my supervisor's, Jim's home. He and Jay spent hours telling me how the local government is planning to introduce the virus to the water and food supplies.
Oh my.
We discussed plans of how to go public over a bottle of wine. Alien invasion by way of viral infection is frightening, but I must admit, it feels good to no longer feel alone.
Girl, you in trouble? Alright, so 2 more to go. 1 more to go, actually. So... I don't think she should trust her supervisor. He lied to her for months about what the thing was, about what the virus was. Is just completely ignoring all of her research.
Tape 8, The End or the Beginning, Personal Journal, Dr. Julia Williams, date, the 19th of October, 1989. Thoughts, I must have passed out, because when I woke up, I was alone. Jim left me a note. It said 2 things, welcome to the family and see you back at work in 2 weeks. Fired and rehired in 24 hours.
Welcome to the family? That's a weird thing to say to somebody you brought into your conspiracy against a wormy worms.
Must be some kind of record. Then I guess the real battle begins. Last night, Jim seemed pretty confident that we will be able to get both the CDC and military involved. The 6th of November, 1989. Back to work and back to war. I'm feeling under the weather, but Jim and I have a big meeting today. Time to discuss the future.
Oh, really?
Odd. Jim wasn't him today, but he left the bottle of wine that we shared 2 weeks ago. It had instructions to analyze. So I did as asked. Oh God. I am infected with the Tangier virus.
I told you not to trust him. I told you not to trust him. So he was definitely in on it, and he used her wanting to save people and to get her, basically. I'm sorry, Dr. Julia.
I immediately left. As I drove away, the staff at the entire building followed me to the parking lot and watched me as I drove away. They were all smiling.
Okay, now that's creepy as fuck. Just imagine that. You're trying to get away, full well knowing that you're infected with this virus, and they're just... as you're leaving. Oh god. That would be creepy as fuck.
How can I be so gullible?
Happens to the best of us, Dr. Jules.
The 5th of February, 1990. I'm working in a veterinarian's office. I've been poisoning my body with anti-parasite drugs and chemotherapy meant for dogs.
Is it working?
I'm 40 pounds underweight, bald. My mouth is covered in sores, but I've kept the disease from overtaking me.
So, it looks like anything that poisons the human body can keep it at bay. Not kill it, but keep it at bay for a while.
But I'm just buying time until I can figure out how to cure this thing. The 23rd of April, 1990. I can feel them scratching at my skull. The drugs aren't as effective anymore.
Ah, resistance.
My fingers are spasming. My eyes are twitching. I am dying. The 5th of May, 1990. I've been having the strangest dreams. I've been thinking about Ireland, France, moving to the States for med school. The 15th of June,
It's just weird that like all these things is coming up now. I think they're the worms are getting in her head.
1990. I miss my mom and dad. There's so much I wanted to do. I wanted to meet someone, grow old, have kids. Now I'll never do anything. The 20th,
Aw, it's so sad.
1990. I can hear them.
You can... What? You can hear them now? No, man. No. That's not good.
Now. They want me to consider them my children. I consider them a plague.
Good.
The 21st of September, 1990. I lost my job at the vet's office. My memory isn't what it used to be. I'm mailing these tapes to the FPTV cable station, the council too.
Okay, so this is how the TV station got, why they started the Boyle Advisory. So this is how the TV station knew.
Maybe they can use what I learned to save us. The 8th of October, 1990. I'm ending things tonight. If anyone watching this wants to know my last words, there. Boil anything you drink. It kills the virus.
Yep, so that's where they get the Boyle Advisory from.
Tape 1.
And then it goes into the full series again. So that was Boyle Advisory and the Williams tapes, which are obviously connected to Boyle Advisory pretty deeply. Yeah, that's a great psychological. It leaves, I think Vintage8 leaves just enough to the imagination with this. And some of it is obviously due to budget, because they're just a YouTuber, they don't have a big old budget. But some of it, I think, is just down to really good writing. So it can put the ideas in your head. Therefore, you don't need the visuals. And because in horror, a lot of times, somebody will give you the visuals, and it's like, it's kind of disappointing, because now we've seen it. And the horror is in not knowing, not understanding what's going on completely. And so what Vintage8 is doing here, why am I got the wink? What Vintage8 is doing here is, sure, a question is answered, but then they're also giving you another question that needs to be answered. So they're keeping you in a perpetual state of mystery, but still fulfilling the whole I need to know what's going on type deal. So, it's quite the balance to do. Not everybody can. So thankfully, Vintage8 is able to do this. is quite fun, I think. As a Vintage8 has a whole bunch more stuff going on too. So like this was posted about a year ago. So this the Boyle Advisory section finished about a year ago. But there's more. Let's no, I don't want to mess up. Let's go here to Vintage8.
Tape 7. Alien.
Oh no, shut up.
Station. Kate's Crossing Health Unit. Tape 7. Alien.
Stop. There we go. So yeah, let's look at the videos here. Yeah, you're not gonna get a full view of them. But yeah, here's the itch ones. Home First Burlington. Yeah, so they started, it looks like 2 years ago. There was some stuff that they started here with the Boyle Advisory. And then, so in between Boyle Advisory and the Williams tapes and the Great Flug, there was a couple of others. There's like the One of Us, which is the backwards many. That one's called. And then there's just, there's a couple. Just plain, like, just throw it in there. Then you go into the Williams tapes, and then the Analog Project. Or the Oracle Project, so that's connected again. So he does some really good stuff. And like I said, I'm only covering right now the older stuff because I want people to get interested. And then they go subscribe, and they're like, when's the new one coming out, man? And I will say he's gotten better. There's been a couple that, like, he did his couple horror shorts, which are full live action, which are expensive to do. We're not going to mince words about that. They're good. I like them. But I think he really excels at these analog horror shorts. That it's like he knows how to work within the budgetary constraints. And I hope that it brings him enough money that, one, he can continue doing this if he enjoys it. And two, he can also do the other horror shorts, the live action stuff that he wants to do. Because I don't necessarily enjoy them as much because they're much shorter. They're not in an interconnected world. But they are nice little insights into the mind of the creator there. So, but since we are done with Boyle Advisory and the Williams tapes, I am going to be done for the evening. Let's go back into my void here because I didn't put my background up because I'm very silly. And I would just put a background in on my avatar, but it would only be as big as the window here, and that would not help. Yeah, I do. I enjoy these analog horrors. I didn't write any notes down. I was a little too engrossed, but hopefully I'll remember for the next time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these too. I do feel these are a little more interactive. Because I like, when I'm watching someone on Twitch and they're playing a game, sometimes I don't want to interrupt because, they've got a flow or a vibe going, and I'm like, I don't want to interrupt. But with these analog horrors, I'm pausing and starting so much that it's almost inviting you to come in and talk and give me your thoughts on it. And so I like that. So, I mean, I'm not going to do them all the time because I don't want to become just a reaction streamer. Not going to lie, doing reaction work is quick and dirty. It's quick, it's dirty, it's super easy, and if I were to do it full time, I could make a ton of money, and I don't want to because I don't want to be that guy that's just taking other people's work So that's why I'm only showing some of the older stuff that's been around for a minute to be like, hey, here's where you should start, do this thing. So I will be back next week playing video games with the gang. Hopefully my avatar will cooperate more. I also just dressed up my male. Hold on. Let's see if I switch him. Switch. There we go. I now have a pretty cat boy with little floppy kitty ears. Okay. That's the only thing that's why I'm a little hesitant to move away and get an actual VTuber, is it's not as easy just to flip back and forth when I'm feeling which avatar. But I really should just shell out the money and get my avatars made. Because then I could have hand tracking, better mouth tracking, better eye tracking, stuff like that. I will after Christmas look into actually getting that. But before Christmas, I got stuff to do, namely Christmas. So, be safe, have fun. I hope this gets you into these analog horrors. And until next time, I will see you then. Oh, I gotta do the wave. Where is it? There it is. Bye-bye.